costs. But did you know that this dehydrated food also protects you against foodborne contaminants like E. coli and salmonella? Those poisonous critters can't live in low-moisture food from eFoods Direct. Ask for the Alex Fall Special. The Fall Special is a 24-day supply of food in a convenient portable container. A $259 value for only $199. Save $60 on 160 servings of the best food on the planet. Call 800-409-5633 and ask for the Alex Fall Special and go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 24 hours, 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Santa Muerte, or the Saint of Death. It is now openly worshipped in every state of Mexico, and even Time magazine now reports it is the most popular god or saint in Mexico after Jesus and Mary. It is the number 3 most popular god. It is the Grim Reaper. They have the female version of it, La Flaca, and El Flaco is the male. Sinaloa worships the male. It is just total bedlam, just giggling love of death. And now Mexican drug cartels would never kill children. Now they blow little children's heads off with enjoyment. Every day or two I hear about them killing police chiefs, burning down casinos, hotels, chopping everybody's heads off. And if you talk about it, they will have foundation-controlled groups like Mecha La Raza and others come out and say, none of this is happening, it's a hoax. And then Fox News Corps, Rupert Murdoch puts out a movie where it's the Minutemen killing everybody. Minutemen have killed no one. In fact, I've been talking to Hispanic Americans down there about how the Minutemen have tried to come down and help, and wealthy groups have tried to send in paramilitary people offering to help, but the locals are afraid and have been told you'll be killed and your children will if you fight back. And I've talked to gringos down here. I've talked to, blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, and they're scared. I've talked to black people. They're scared. I've talked to Hispanics. They're scared. I have been mobbed by Hispanic listeners down here who are Hispanic Americans and also Mexican nationals. There's a lot of wealthy Mexicans here. In fact, a lot of them, look like people from Spain, a lot of beautiful senoritas. And they'll come right up. Alex Jones, how are you still alive? Yes, we listen. We know you know what you're talking about. They're worshiping the skinny one. This is death. It's sacrifice. It is a genocide. It's more than 40,000. And then I start talking to cops who are scared. I start talking to all these people about the helicopter attacks, the murders, the kidnapping, the people being killed here. And they've told all the local TV and print newspapers, and I've got some of them here in my hand. Hold on. They've told the Valley Morning Star, they've told the Brownsville Herald, here are the newspapers right here. They've told these guys, you keep your mouth shut. Here's another one. They've told the TV stations, when there's killings, when there's kidnappings, when there's murders, this is how it started in Mexico. And the cops are just out there writing tickets on citizens, getting their little bit of money, and just cowering. This is how America operates now. And they got the Coast Guard and the game wardens out harassing everybody if they catch too many sand trout or whatever. And you got the cartels, you got the CIA, you got Los Zetas, openly trained by the U.S. military at Fort Bragg and Fort Benning, Georgia, all on record. And it's all part of a plan to consolidate, to have a huge drug war in Mexico that's bigger than the Vietnam War per year, just a real bona fide war. 40+ thousand dead in 3 years on the Mexican side, 5,000 on this side, and that's just what we know of, and no one will talk about it. I've had people come to me and say, you've got to talk about it, sir. I mean, I've been walking down the street going into a restaurant, and, up pulls a brand new Mercedes with some, obviously wealthy Mexican in it going, Alex Jones, we listen to you. I can't believe you're still alive. What are you doing down here? Have you noticed there's not many people down here? Normally there is this time of year. It's all coming here, the skinny one. I mean, it is on. The people are scared to death looking over their shoulders in America, in Brownsville, in South Padre, in Laredo, in El Paso. And then you've got the police looking over their shoulder out there just revenue generating. And then I see Associated Press, Reuters, Fox News telling the public what I told you years ago. The drug cartels are now as far north as Illinois. They're also in Canada. And the Mexican drug cartels are even more vicious than the Russians because it's a culture of death. The veneer of civilization, the thin covering of civilization is incredibly thin. Just like it was in Europe, they'd have 100-year wars. They'd have half the population die for thousands of years, just eternal warfare. And once you give into this dark impulse, once you give into the culture of death, once you give into not caring about dying anymore for money, so you're supposed to not care about dying for freedom and for standing up for liberty. And then that pushes back the darkness. That pushes back the Grim Reaper. Instead, you have a culture where it's worshipped, totally turning themselves over to the Diablo. El Diablo, ladies and gentlemen, is strong. And it's spreading all over the United States. And it's so sad and it's so sick. And the culture has all primed. And you see the stickers all over cars in Austin with the skinny one, and people crazed and wanting to die, wanting to show their manhood, destroying our culture, destroying children and the family's future. It is abhorrent. It is blasphemy against humanity. And it's all been done because of the drug war. And the global social engineers rule the planet because they're masters. They're playing the big drug cartels off against each other while the CIA funds both sides, while the DEA, FBI, Border Patrol, all of them, 8 agencies, ship the guns in, they ship the cocaine in, they have military bases and Homeland Security ICE bases. They send out the Homeland Security boats to pick up the cocaine right out there, and they bring it in back and forth all day, right in front of everybody. Right there in South Padre, just boom, boom, back and forth, just drug shipment. Boats sitting out there, big barges just sitting out there with Homeland Security going back and forth. It's all funny to them. And Homeland Security roars by in their big ships right by little fishing boats and bugs their eyes out at the citizens and splashes waves on them. But then I've been out on a charter. Whenever you see Homeland Security, and I've been fishing a lot in my life before, people didn't act like this. And I've now seen this even in Port Aransas, far away from the border. Before, whenever they see now a Coast Guard or a Homeland Security or ICE boat, you stop your engine and you cower and wave at them, and they drive by with their chest sticking out, just like it's Mexico, and just look at you like, you trash. I mean, you tip your hat, you stop your boat. And I'm like, that Homeland Security boat's 300, 400 yards away. Why are you stopping? And they're like, well, you've got to do it or they'll board you and get in your face. And I talked to other locals around here, and they're like, yeah, no, they come in and out, back and forth with the drugs. They're landing them out here at these air bases. They've got the airport attached to the... It's all you idiots that use drugs that are allowing this to happen, and you idiots that support drug prohibition. If somebody's going to use drugs, they're going to do it. You got to decriminalize now to save our society. But they've grown these gangs up so big, they're now expanding out into... kidnapping and extortion, and every other form of evil is now happening. And they're not just going into Hispanic shops now and doing it thinking Hispanics will go along with it, like the Asian triads only feed on Asians. No, now they're going in everywhere and doing it. And the cops won't help you because they're on the payroll. They'll only bust little bitty gangbangers and fill them into the prisons where they have higher level drug dealers who then train them to join their armies. All part of the systematic takeover plan by the social engineers. And now as all this implodes, they're going to call for a total North American union and U.S. forces to go into Mexico and secure it. And now Rick Perry's proposing it. We played that clip 2 weeks ago. It's all part of the North American problem, reaction, solution plan with our own totally criminal government caught shipping the cocaine in and the guns out directly to the cartels, double-crossing each other. Think about it. Think about how the Mexican military dug slugs out of their dead people and shipped it back, knowing how to trace it to certain guns that have been sold because they were part of it. It's all part of a giant double-crossing operation meant to destroy Mexico and have huge refugee floods come in, which then further bankrupt the United States. If we would have made everybody stay down in Mexico, that's another thing. The people were going to have a revolution 6-7 years ago in Mexico and throw out the globalists and J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs dictatorship. So when the actuaries, the globalists said, we'll start a drug war, let them all kill each other that way, then they'll be happy to be slaves. The globalists know what they're doing. They know how to manipulate. And in the meanwhile, this drug-dealing, murdering, globalist banker government that's hijacked the U.S. and Mexico openly has dog training now to stick their hands down your pants, microwave oven you, make you answer questions now at the airports, where you coming, where you going, you're not a terrorist, are you, to train you to be a prisoner. Totally breaking your will. And see, there's no end to these criminals, because the criminals that run America and run the big banks and run Mexico, they're only going to get replaced with worse people and worse people. I mean, 30 years ago, they would grab people that went over into Matamoros from South Padre, gringos, and torture them to death in human sacrifices. Texas Monthly articles about it, you name it, but it's always kept real quiet. And why is that? Why are all these people devil worshipers? Because when you get a corrupt society, the most evil are going to rise to the top. And whether you believe in God or not, people that are into evil always worship Diablo. Okay, they always worship the devil, El Diablo. They're always into that. And my God, we are in so much trouble as a society and a nation of cowards. America has turned into land of the cowards, home of the slaves. We've got to find our fight again. We've got to stop being cowards, or our future is over. Now, I'm going to tell you again, here's the breaking news. And we've got a guest coming on. Again, so much of what this guest is insider, who's got insiders inside the military bases, inside the other bases. Everything he said, confirm, 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 confirm. And I know he isn't somebody they put on me, because I've been going around talking to people all over. This was somebody separately where I randomly went in who was already there. I'm just going to leave it at that. He's coming up in about 10, 15 minutes. They are now kidnapping and killing people here in the U.S. They're now conscripting Americans. Not just here in South Texas, but all over the U.S. They're going to Hispanics mainly. And they're saying, are you La Raza? Basically down with the U.S. because they know that's a popular thing with young people because it seems sexy and cool. So the first thing is anti-America, bring down America. This is all being run by the big mega banks who want to bring down Mexico and the U.S. See how we're going to go to break and come back and break this down more. This is the key to all of it on the other side, Infowars.com.
OpticsPlanet.com is where discerning gun owners and outdoorsmen go to gear up. Optics Planet has the best selection of rifle scopes, red dots, night vision, holsters, bags, and tactical gear on the planet, with always low prices, free shipping on most orders, and expert customer service. Go to OpticsPlanet.com/GCN to get a free gift with purchase. That's OpticsPlanet.com/GCN, or call 800-332-OPTICS, 800-332-6784.
HempUSA.org has a revolutionary wonder food for detoxing the body and rebuilding the immune system. Microplant powder can help unclog arteries and soften heart valves while removing heavy metals, virus, fungus, bacteria, and parasites. Plus, it cleans and purifies the blood, lungs, stomach, and colon. Keep your body clean with Microplant powder. Visit us at HempUSA.org or call 908-691-2608 today.
You can bet your life on eFoods Direct. Alex has told you about the amazing, great-tasting, long-term storable food from eFoods Direct and how a food savings account is your best insurance against natural disasters, job loss, and high food costs. But did you know that this dehydrated food also protects you against foodborne contaminants like E. coli and Salmonella? Those poisonous critters can't live in low-moisture food from eFoods Direct. Ask for the Alex Fall Special. The Fall Special is a 24-day supply of food in a convenient portable container, a $259 value for only $199. Save $60 on 160 servings of the best food on the planet. Call 800-409-5633 and ask for the Alex Fall Special and go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 24 hours, 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
What happened, man? You used to be energetic, happy, and wow, did the ladies love you. Now you fall asleep on the couch, irritable, and out of shape. Don't be that guy. Call now for a risk-free trial of Ageless Male, a natural